Hey everyone, it is Liz, and I am back to do another reading. This is a political reading on Donald Trump. I've been watching the news the last 24 hours, and I have been absolutely just horrified by his behavior and all of these decisions that he's made to pardon all of these criminals has just caught me off guard. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but I guess I'm just disgusted by it all. So I wanted to know, what's going to happen, between now and once he leaves and after he leaves, what's the deal? Like, what is he up to between now and his last 28 or 27 days, and what happens to him once he leaves the White House? These were things I wanted to know, and I don't know if, this will make sense, but to me it feels like, by the way, I am using my Sibilla della Zingara Gypsy Oracle deck. And so I did 7 cards and then I pulled 7 more because it just called me to do that. So I'm going to look at the recent past. I took a few notes, by the way, because I wanted to see where his birthday, I looked at his life path number, which is a 4. It added up to a straight 4. And his personal year number, which is cyclical. The personal year number goes from birthday to birthday. And every single year, we experience the vibration of that number throughout the entire birthday year. So Mr. Trump, his life path number is a 4, which, by the way, is a lovely number of power and prestige and responsibility. It's like a father vibration. It's someone who really can succeed in business, and unfortunately for Trump, the one of his lessons in this lifetime as a 4 is to I wrote this down, learn to face reality and base all of your efforts on sound, practical reasoning, which he just doesn't do. I don't think he's ever learned that. And it's sad because think about it. He had so much potential. He's got some really powerful numbers. And it's unfortunate for him in this lifetime that he just managed to not live up to his potential the way he could have ethically, if you know what I mean. And so in his personal year number, he's in the 6th vibration, and the 6th vibration is, family and love and commitment. And it's also all about contracts, and trying to take responsibility for your words and your actions. And it's I don't know. I think it can be very positive, and unfortunately for him, he's just not using it in the best way. So I pulled some cards to see what was up with Trump. So the first few cards in the recent past, it just shows where he's been, recently in the last few days or so, even the last few months. We have the vibration of foe. And what's interesting about the foe card, it could be a female enemy, by the way, or it's a fake friend. It's a deceptive friend. This is fraud. Okay, it's fraud, it's deception, it's a dishonest person. This is a liar. And this is also what's interesting is I pulled the cheerfulness card to clarify the foe. And what's interesting is what I thought was when I saw foe, I thought, well, it's someone close to him who's pretending to be loving. But these are people who are out in the open. Foes, the foe card is, what's interesting about the foe is they're out in the open and they're hugging you, or they're showing you all of their attention, and they're being lovely and celebrating with you, but behind your back. And it's interesting because it's behind your back, but it's not. It's almost like it's ballsy of them. Pardon me. I didn't know what else to think. The word was, just really, really quite audacious to that's the feeling I get, is that it's like right in front of him. And, whoever it is, whether it's his daughter or his wife, or if it isn't a female, it's someone who's blatantly just being deceptive. And then I looked at where he was right now. The cards I pulled, the first card I pulled, which was fascinating, is the money card, but it was reversed. And when it's reversed, excuse me, guys, I'm just going to move the cards away here. There we go. When the money card is reversed, it's loss of money, it's debt. This is all about spending your money in vain. Hello, but not having it. I don't think he really has real cash. I don't know if he has real capital. I just get this impression with this card that he doesn't really have what he says he has, and clarifying the card is the merchant card, which to me reminds me of the king in Saudi Arabia there. I don't know. I think there's some negotiations going on because this is the card of negotiations. The merchant is literally negotiations. And because I believe Trump has been depleting his savings and perhaps he loaned him money, I don't know. He may owe him a favor or whatever, but there seems to be some negotiations going on. And again, I don't know if Trump, I did a reading with both Denise Siegel and I got the same vibration of him contemplating, thinking of leaving, and I don't know if he'll get away with that, but the idea of it is there. Now, moving into his immediate future, we've got where he is right now. Okay, his immediate future, which is fascinating. You have love. So I mean, he's in a situation where he just thinks that his worshipers, it's like a cult. So he's in a situation where his cult followers just love him and think he's clearly someone to worship too, and he just takes it all in, absorbs it all like a sponge. And what's interesting is you have the card clarifying it. You have constancy. And honestly, this is, his followers, in his immediate future, they're making him believe that he can overcome anything, whether it's Fox News or those other news stations, he still has his people like Sean Hannity and Tucker Carlson and Laura Ingraham that are just saying, yeah, you can, maybe not on the news anymore because they were sued, right? That just happened. But it's almost like he's got these false friends that are just, but the MAGA supporters just seem to really believe that, he's determined, to just keep his presidency. Now, moving into, let's see here, the vibration of outside influences, how he's affecting other people and, how the outside environment and people around him are affecting him. It always comes up for Donald Trump. Always, always, always is haughtiness. This is arrogance and pride. This is someone who is clearly narcissistic and completely detached from having any compassion for anything or anybody at all. I mean, his words and his actions are clearly, blatantly, full of excess pride. This is not someone who takes any responsibility for anything bad. Everything is everybody else's fault. But he puffs up his ego. He loves when, he just does it for himself. He'll be giving a military award out to someone, and he thinks that he should get an award for being the greatest president on earth. That's literally his thinking with this haughtiness card. And it does indicate, by the way, in his environment around him, he's got the next card clarifying it is falseness reverse, which is not a good vibration for him. Again, remember, he had in the past, he's got, coming up, even right now, he has the faux card in his recent past, and now he's got this falseness card. And this is a vibration of, give me a second here. I took notes. I definitely took notes. This is a vibration of the truth being revealed. When falseness is reversed, it's like the truth. I think for Trump, this vibration here is his mode of thinking, like where he is right now. Sorry, I did the wrong placement. This is Donald Trump, like where he is right now and where his head will be in the coming weeks to follow. And again, with the haughtiness card, you understand he's just completely emotionally detached and has absolutely no way to express his compassion. And then with the faux card, the falseness card reversed. I mean, I believe that Trump I think he believes that there are enemies. I mean, this is espionage. This is cheating. I think Trump is so accustomed to getting away with everything that his state of mind is, especially with the falseness card reverse, it's like he's plotting something, he might be thinking that someone's plotting something against him, which is interesting. Okay. He's paranoid. Now moving into the environment, sorry about that. This is his environment, how he's affecting his environment and vice versa. Now, again, we have another card that is enemy. It's not the foe, it's the enemy. And the enemy card is literally someone who is cheating. This is someone who is deliberately plotting. Again, it's plotting, something. And to me, because this is his outside influences, and you got the house clarifying it. So to me, clearly it's someone close to him, whether it's Ivanka, Jared, Don Jr., or Eric. I don't know if Eric is smart enough, or someone like at the White House. I mean, this is the house, whether it's at his home or in his house, he has enemies. And in the future, what I find to be most fascinating here, as far as like once he's out of the White House, people are plotting against him. He has enemies. And I think that, I said this before, I wouldn't be surprised if Ivanka threw him under the bus, or someone in his family that he thought he could trust. Don't be surprised, because, we're looking into the next vibration here of, what, the advice from spirit, or the advice showing up in his future. He thinks, with the thief card, he does believe that this is betrayal, this is unexpected loss, this is deception. I'm sorry, there you go. I'm so used to holding it the other way. There you go. The thief card speaks for itself, because the advice is not to do this. I think that there are so many losses. Besides losing the presidency, he's losing a lot of money, and he's going to be losing more than that if he doesn't keep his act. It's like he just can't hold anything back, and he's deceptive as can be. And to me, it's the advice is to, I guess it's almost like trying to get away with something, but unfortunately, the card clarifying it is the widow. That's the widower card. It's the loss of friendship. It's upright. It's the loss of a job. It's consequences to his actions. I believe that the advice from this reading for Trump is that in the future, he believes that he can get away with so much. Think about it. He thinks he's the Lord. He thinks that, because he's so emotionally detached and narcissistic, that he doesn't understand. The widower card for him it's a separation for sure, and it's a loss. But it's for him, it's, consequences in the end here are not good for him. I feel like, honestly, he's in more trouble than he realizes, because the last two cards was the scholar, which, as you can see here, this is, to him, I feel like he's seeking help, or looking for guidance from somebody. But then you've got the card of, let me just put her down for a minute. You've got consolation, but it was reversed. And this is a vibration of, it's wasted opportunities. It's failure. It's the kind of help that he's looking for, by the way, with that scholar card. This isn't someone, this is either someone that's not, someone who's not to be trusted, and all of his efforts with trying to make sure that he wins this presidency, he knows he lost, so he's dealing with attorneys, and he's dealing with, these scholars, these attorneys that he's talking to. It's wasted time, because I feel like even eventually, because I do believe that he's going to end up being thrown under the bus. And when he has to go to court, it's going to go from bad to worse in New York for him. So things don't look so good for Donald J. Trump. I feel like he is right now. I do believe that there are enemies all around him, and I believe that he's our enemy, and that he's doing things and he's trying to negotiate things that are not kosher, but he loves the attention and he loves the accolades, but I think behind his back, with everything that he's plotting and planning, there are certain things that he just won't get away with. And, there are more enemies. I'm getting military too. I'm hearing the word military. So I think he's got military people that are totally just not happy with him at all. So my belief is that he may try to get away with a few more things. I'm not surprised. I'm sure you guys aren't either. I believe that he might even do a rally, another rally. That's something. And I also believe that he's going to get himself into a situation where, because of the falseness card here reversed, okay, this to me is someone throwing him under the bus. These are secrets being revealed, and that's his biggest fear, is everyone finding out who he really is. So I kind of expect, once he leaves the White House, and I don't know if he's actually going to come back, but I think his ego is so big that he might go back to the White House so that he can, claim it as his own until he's forced out, because the vibration I get here is that he can't stay there. especially when you've got the enemy card and the house card and around him. That means that there are enemies in the White House that want him out and will force him out if they have to. So on that note, I'm going to stop it there. I hope this was an interesting reading. Please leave feedback. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you have any questions. If there are certain things you want to ask me, please, I need feedback. I'd love some questions. Anything you want me to look at that you want to know more about. And today, actually, it's Christmas Eve. So tomorrow is the last day of my special. So if you still would like to book a reading, I am still offering a special with prices that are discounted for readings. And they are phone readings, or we can do them by Skype or Zoom. And just have a really Merry Christmas, everybody. And I just appreciate all of you. Please share the video if you haven't shared. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please do. And just stay safe, wear your masks, blessings to all, and have a very Merry Christmas, and stay safe. Bye.